Media and Crime presentation by Christine Catano, December 2024. What was my reaction or feelings about the influence of mass media on the perception of crime and deviance? It is not shocking how influential mass media can be regarding the discussion of crime and deviance, especially since there are so many ways to slip in bias. Examples of this can be seen in shows like Law and Order, Cops, 911, movies such as Cops as well, and the show does spread propaganda, a positive portrayal of the police either in pop culture or news media. The image of the law enforcement shows like these typical gives cops an action hero-like characteristic that can be do no wrong when in reality they are humans just like us that make mistakes and wrong calls in their jobs. So not only is there an influence on how people perceive law enforcement, but criminals. According to the influence of exposure and depictions of race and crime in TV news on viewers' social judgments. There has been research on stereotyping in the United States that reveals persistent racial prejudice on white people, particularly regarding the characterization of Black people as violent and aggressive. Does mass media unwarranted levels of fear of crime in society? Yes, it does. Media can significantly influence our fear of crime. News and fictional media often highlight violent crimes, creating a skewed perception of its frequency. This constant exposure can make the world seem more dangerous than it is, leading to increased anxiety and fear, even without a personal experience of crime. This effect, known as the cultivation theory, is supported by the studies shown a link between heavy media consumption and heightened fear of crime. The media's portrayal of crime can be particularly harmful for certain groups. For example, women are often portrayed as victims in crime and news stories, which can lead to increased fear and anxiety among all women. Additionally, people of color are often represented as perpetrators of crime in the media, which can lead to negative stereotypes and discrimination. The media can also influence our fears of crime by shaping our perception of the police. News stories about police misconduct can lead people to distrust the police and feel less safe, like with the Jussie Smollett case and the Floyd case when there were riots in South Central LA back in the 90s. Fictional media often portrays the police as corrupt and ineffective, which can further elude public trust in law enforcement. It is important to be aware of the media's potential to influence our fear and crime. How do perceptions of crime reinforce social labels, stereotypes in society? My response and supporting evidence. Our perception of crime is a complex tapestry woven from various threads. Media exposure, particularly through news and social media, often paints a distorted picture of reality, focusing on sensational crimes and creating a scene of heightened danger. Personal experience, such as being a victim of witnessing a crime firsthand, can leave a lasting impact, shaping our understanding of crime and our own vulnerability. Our social and demographic background, including age, gender, race, and economic status. As a woman of Mexican background, I grew up in a neighborhood where there was violence all the time, and you did sleep cautiously because you didn't know when there was going to be a shooting. Also plays a significant role influencing our individual anxieties and concerns about crime. For example, women may be more fearful of sexual assault, while individuals living in poverty may be more concerned about property crime. Ultimately, our perception of crime is a subjective reality, often differing significantly from actual crime statistics. Recognizing the various factors that influence our perception. What are the most important ideas and concepts of research presented in the articles compared in the information and text by John Cerna and the data from the Bureau of Justice Statistics website? To provide a comprehensive comparison, we'll focus on the key parts of the ideas from the sources mentioned. All the articles and statistics. The articles in the construction of the crack talks about how a type of icon, for instance, a crack mother or welfare queen, developed a bad stereotype about the African American. Such icons are exaggerated symbols which have contributed to social judgment that have to do with race, motherhood, and socioeconomic status. To talk about what theoretical perspectives best describe the influence of mass media on the social perception of crime and deviant behavior. I think the media tends to focus more on hate crimes related to deviant behavior. They often highlight people, including kids, who are upset about issues that might not be the main focus. While not all media outlets do this, many do, and it affects behavior. The more the media discusses deviant behavior, the more people, including teens, adults, tend to act out. It's not just one type of behavior. The media highlights various controversial topics in social media. Matter the events like the Bill Cosby trial. This leads to protests and actions that escalate situations. Such as coverage can incite deviant behavior in many people. When protests become chaotic, leading to violence, it can turn into crime. Police involvement often follows, and the unrest spread in the cities of the media approach through behaviors more prospectively and focused on crime rather than emotional reactions. People might not act out as much.